Reconquista.
We were trapped and alone in our kingdom of Valencia. The Cid immediately sent out messages for potential allies, but there were few to be found. The Christian kingdom of Aragon was too far away, and King Alfonso of Castile seemed in no hurry to come to the Cid's defense. Even the Cid's old ally Motamed the Moor was of no avail. Yusuf had sent him into exile in the Sahara Desert, where he spent the rest of his sad days composing poetry. The Berbers rode around the city for 10 days and nights, shrieking and banging their weapons on shields made of hippopotamus hide. But the Cid comforted his troops, prayed and planned a counterattack. And then the unthinkable happened. During a brilliant surprise attack to capture gold and horses from the Berbers, Rodrigo Diaz, my Cid, was shot by a stray arrow. The surprise attack became a rout, and the Cid's men barely made it back to the castle with his broken body. Rodrigo and I knew he would not last the night, but we also knew that without their Cid to lead them, the soldiers of Valencia would never have the strength to stand against the Berbers. So it was that even as he breathed his last breath, I strapped my husband onto his horse Bavieca and placed his sword Tizon in his hand. Bavieca stood out above the city of Valencia. My one hope was that the men would not realize the charade, realize that their Cid was already dead.
Derrote os 3 exércitos de Yusuf para que Valência continue livre. O corpo de Cid, próximo ao castelo, não pode sofrer, para que o povo de Valência nos dê conta de que perdeu seu líder.
My poor Rodrigo. 'Tis only his horse who lives. But the men must not find out, or they will never have the courage to face Yusuf.
Ok. Lá vamos nós. Estou próximo de vencer. Haha, Yusuf renunciou. Campanha de Alcide concluída. Só uma ilha com ouro. Nada aqui. Tá.
It was the twilight of Moorish Spain. The Berber army had been broken, and Valencia withstood the siege. King Alfonso would not allow us to bury the Cid until he could personally attend the funeral. When he arrived, he dispelled all thoughts of interring the Cid into the earth. Instead, the Cid's body was preserved and placed near the altar of the church, seated on an ivory stool that he had captured from the Moors, clothed in precious silk and holding his sword Tizon in his left hand. And who was left to rule in Valencia? King Alfonso of Castile or Count Berengar of Barcelona? No. Valencia is mine. It is I, Jimena Diaz, who claims rulership of my dead husband's kingdom. And if the Berbers return to Valencia, it is I whom they shall find commanding the soldiers of Rodrigo Diaz, el Cid Campeador.
Até o próximo vídeo.